In a world overflowing with noise, distraction, and desperate attempts to be noticed, there exists a rare kind of person who doesn't need any of that. They don't need to speak loudly to be heard. They don't need to perform to be seen. They don't have to demand attention, because their presence naturally pulls attention toward them. They walk into a room, and without saying a word, something in the atmosphere shifts. Not dramatically, not artificially, but subtly, quietly, like a calm breeze in the middle of a storm. This is not beauty. This is not status. This is not fashion, wealth, or charm. This is something deeper, something ancient, something the Stoics believed was the highest form of attractiveness, the radiance of a disciplined, self-governed soul. It is the aura of someone who has mastered themselves. In a world where most people can't even master their impulses, it is the energy of someone who does not chase acceptance, but lives in accordance with their principles. Someone whose strength is silent but unmistakable, whose calmness is mistaken for mystery, whose composure is perceived as power. The Stoics taught that a person's true attractiveness is not found in what they show, but in what they withhold, their self-control, their peace, their purpose. And when someone embodies these qualities, their aura becomes magnetic. People gravitate toward them, without understanding why. Some admire them, some envy them, some feel nervous around them, and some feel comforted. But almost no one forgets them. Today we explore the Stoic signs that you possess this rare aura, the kind that draws people in without effort, without force, simply through presence, the kind of aura that cannot be faked, cannot be imitated, and cannot be bought, the kind of aura that grows from inner strength, mental clarity, and unwavering self-respect. If you've ever felt different, if you've ever noticed people react to you in ways you can't explain, or if you've ever sensed that your presence alone changes the energy in the room, pay attention, because these signs might reveal something powerful, something you carry without realizing it, something the ancient Stoics recognized as the mark of a truly attractive soul. Let's begin. Sign 1. You are calm in a world of chaos. In a world where most people are dragged around by their emotions, where fear spreads faster than truth, and where anger travels louder than wisdom, your calmness is not just rare, it's magnetic. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." And the Stoics believed that this inner stillness is one of the purest forms of attractiveness, because when everything around you becomes chaotic, you do not collapse with it. When others panic, you breathe. When others complain, you observe. When others lose themselves, you return to yourself. This kind of calm can't be faked. It's not the calm of pretending. It's not the calm of silence hiding rage underneath. It's the calm born from someone who has faced storms before and realized they can survive them. People feel this. They feel it without you speaking a word. Your presence signals safety. Your energy says, "I will not add to the chaos. I will not react without thought. I will not be moved unless I choose to move." This is why people instinctively trust you. This is why they open up to you. This is why they feel lighter around you. Because your calmness acts like an anchor in a sea where most are tossed around by waves they cannot control. And whether they admit it or not, people crave that kind of stability. They crave someone who doesn't explode with every inconvenience, someone who doesn't drown in their own emotions, someone who is not ruled by fear, ego, or impulse. To the Stoics, calmness was not the absence of emotion. It was the mastery of emotion. A calm person is not empty. They are in command. Your calmness makes you stand out in ways beauty never could. Beauty fades. Trends change. Attention shifts. But inner stillness, that is felt on a level beyond the physical, is why people look at you longer than they intended. It's why strangers soften their tone when speaking to you. It's why your presence can silence a room without saying a word. Your peace becomes your power, and power is always attractive. Because in a world where everyone is fighting noise, you are the rare person who walks with quiet strength. A strength the Stoics believed was the highest form of human elegance. Sign 2. You don't chase attention, you command it. Most people spend their lives chasing attention, the way children chase shadows. They crave approval. They hunger for validation. They shapeshift to fit whatever the world rewards. But not you. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish or stupid." Meaning, if you want to grow, You must stop caring about how others see you. Stop living for applause. Stop performing for acceptance. And this indifference to external approval is exactly what makes you attractive. Because when you no longer chase attention, you become someone people notice without effort. Your self-respect becomes a rare currency. Your silence becomes more intriguing than someone else's noise. Your stillness becomes more powerful than someone else's performance. People feel drawn to you because you do not beg for their eyes. You do not twist yourself to be liked. You do not compromise your identity for the comfort of others. You stand where you stand. You believe what you believe. You move with purpose, not desperation. And that is why the world notices. This is the paradox the Stoics understood. The moment you stop trying to be impressive, you become impressive. Confidence without arrogance. Presence without noise. Strength without shouting. People follow those who do not need to be followed. People respect those who do not ask to be respected. People are curious about those who do not try to be seen. Your aura commands attention, not because you demand it, but because the way you live speaks louder than anything you could say. Sign 3. You carry yourself with intention. To the Stoics, character was not hidden. It was visible in how you moved, how you carried yourself, how you entered a room, and how you stood when no one was watching. Your posture, your pace, your tone, your focus. These reveal more about your soul than any speech ever could. You walk with purpose, not hurry, because you understand that rushing is a sign of a mind that has lost control of itself. Your movements are deliberate. Your presence is firm. You are here, fully consciously, not drifting through the world half awake. You speak with clarity, not noise. Your words are chosen, not spilled. You don't talk just to fill silence. And because of that, people listen when you do speak. Others can't always explain it, but they feel it. They find themselves mirroring your calm posture or matching your steady pace without realizing why. Your energy sets the tone. Your composure becomes contagious. When you are grounded, others feel safer to ground themselves. The truth is, intention is magnetic. Discipline is magnetic. Self-respect is magnetic. People can sense when you have control over your body, your reactions, your behavior. They respect someone who seems to operate with an inner code, someone who is not pulled around by impulse, emotion, or social pressure. You show discipline without announcing it. You show strength without proclaiming it. You show order without demanding praise for it. And this silent consistency earns you a deeper form of respect, one that cannot be bought, forced, or faked. Your presence tells a story before your mouth ever opens. And the story is simple. You know who you are. You know what you stand for. You move with intention, and people feel it. Sign 4. You make others feel seen. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, very few people know how to listen. True listening, the kind that makes another person feel understood, has become one of the rarest forms of human connection. And yet, you possess this ability naturally. Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." The Stoics believed that the most powerful individuals were those who could offer presence, undivided, unhurried, and sincere. Your attractiveness is not loud. It is not flamboyant. It is not the kind that demands attention. Instead, it's the kind that makes others feel valued. Simply by being in your presence. When you speak to someone, you don't scan the room for someone more interesting. You don't interrupt. You don't rush them. You allow them the space to express themselves fully. And in a world starving for attention, this is magnetic. People feel safe around you, not because you say the perfect things, but because you see them, without judgment, without competition, without trying to prove anything. Your ability to listen makes people reveal parts of themselves they usually keep hidden. Some tell you their fears. Some share their dreams. Some open up about their pain, even if they've only known you for minutes. What? Because a calm, steady presence gives others permission to be real. You don't make conversations about yourself. You don't dominate the moment. You don't turn everything into a performance. You simply hold the space, and people feel understood. Sometimes for the first time in a long time. Your aura becomes a refuge, a soft place in a hard world, a quiet sanctuary in the middle of noise. The Stoics believed that the greatest way to influence others was not through power, but through character. And your character shows in how deeply you make people feel seen. This is why people trust you quickly. This is why strangers open up. This is why your presence feels rare, inviting, and unforgettable. Making others feel valued does not lower your worth, it increases it, because true confidence is never threatened by someone else's voice, and true strength is not in being heard, but in hearing others. Sign 5. You speak less, but your words carry weight. In a world addicted to noise, where everyone is talking, posting, debating, and shouting to be heard, your silence is different. Your silence is intentional. Your silence is powerful. The Stoics believed that a person's wisdom is revealed not in how much they say, but in how much they don't say. You don't speak just to fill the air. You don't chase validation through words. You don't use your voice to compete with the loudness of the world. Instead, you choose your words with precision. You speak with purpose. You communicate with clarity, not chaos. And because of this, when you finally do speak, people listen. Your words are not scattered. They are sharpened. You don't ramble. You respond. You don't react. You reflect first. People can feel the thought behind your speech. They can sense the intention behind your tone. Your words sound like they come from a steady mind, not an anxious one. The Stoics taught that speaking less is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of self-governance. It shows that your emotions do not drag your tongue, that your impulses do not control your mouth. Only someone with discipline can remain silent. In a world that equates noise with importance, this is why your presence is magnetic. Your restraint becomes a mystery. Your silence becomes a strength. Your calmness becomes a form of power that others can't quite explain. Some may mistake your quietness for shyness. Some may assume you're hiding something. But over time, people begin to understand. Your silence is not emptiness. It is mastery. And when you choose to speak, you do so with intention. Your voice carries weight because you don't use it lightly. Your thoughts land. Your opinions matter. Your sentences stay with people long after the conversation ends. You are not loud, but you are heard. You are not dramatic, but you are felt. You are not constantly speaking, but when you do, your words leave an imprint. This is the quiet charisma the Stoics praised, the power of saying less, yet meaning more, the strength of speaking rarely, but wisely, the rare ability to let silence do most of the talking. And in a world full of noise, that kind of presence is impossible to ignore. Your calmness, your silence, your intention, these are not weaknesses. They are strengths. They are the marks of someone who has mastered themselves in a world where most people are mastered by impulse. And that mastery is magnetic. If this message resonates with you, hit subscribe, smash the like button, and turn on the notification bell. In part 2, we'll explore even deeper Stoic signs, the standards, solitude, peace, mystery, and influence that make your aura unforgettable. Don't miss it.